from one another because everyone has such different experiences and parenting skills. But when it comes to parents that have children with disabilities or that have had difficult childbirth and things like that, it's really good to unite with other parents because you can learn something that you didn't know before, you know?
Absolutely.
Like we were just talking about medications and stuff. That doesn't work all the time, you know? And sometimes you can't do that. So I love that part that Mimi and I can discuss parenting and radio and jump around all over the place because we've been through similar things.
Right. And I'm going to discuss this on the sit down because
we
real good information.
We have to go in on this.
Real good about this. I really want to relate this to everybody about the medication and what society has and what they're pounding on us from starting at 2 years old. It's insane. So it gets me upset. So we're going to talk about this on the sit down.
Oh, we are.
I want to go real quickly on your organization. You have an organization. Again, release what it's about and how can we find it. Do we?
Who is it? Who is it?
I think I already know.
Uh-oh. Is it my future bae? Hey. Oh.
Carla, how are you? Good evening, Carla. Welcome to Peace on the Street. I guess they probably have.
If I...
One more time. Carla, are you there?
We lost the caller.
Don't call back.
Call back. They love it. Call back.
I was expecting heavy breathing. Like, I was so excited. It was going to be one of my friends calling me, like, like yeah. After listening to his music.
Right, it is the R&B Quiet Storm. You know what I'm saying?
What we come to do? I mean, we're trying to make babies.
Oh, I'm already pregnant. I got pregnant during the day. We're good. We're good. First baby on live radio.
WOKB 16.
That'll be the baby's name, right?
WOKB. Veronica, you have a radio show and an organization. Explain those two entities and how can we find it?
So, Blue Crayons Inc., you can just look up Blue Crayons with a Z, INC Inc. You can Google us, you can Facebook us, Instagram us, whatever. Of course, it was founded after my son was autistic. I had to learn how to basically get my son to calm down and able to maintain his behavioral issues when in school. So I started sewing fabric swatches, all types of things in his clothing to kind of hide his therapy. So what I do is I provide sensory equipment, and I started designing a product line that was fashion friendly and affordable, because what you buy right now, you know, I can't touch or feel it. It's online. You know, so how do I go and create it and then it's not functioning? You know, how many people want to go walking around with a weighted vest? We've seen weighted vests. They're not cute. They're not hot. You know, and even you make fleece or whatever. We're not doing that. So the line I created is very Betsy Johnson.
Wow.
Very funky, fun. So you don't have to be... Yeah, because there's like this stigma around wearing equipment. You know, picture being a little kid and you go... Because I've had it happen with my kids. I'd spend $100 to $350 on a snug vest, and then they go to school and they get picked on. So then I get the phone call, oh, you know, it doesn't work, and then I realize it's because they're getting picked on. So how do we change it so they don't get picked on? We got to make it look like everybody else. We got to make it look cool. So I'd have fashion designers go and reconfigure them, design different cool images, like whatever. We'd funky it up, whatever the kid liked, and we'd switch it up. So, and I started designing, you know, I have 23 products that I designed. I have a prototype right now that we just filmed. And shout out to East Low Villas because they let us do our photo shoot in the mega mansion. So because I wanted to show people that even, like, let's say...
That's the mega mansion you missed, Prince, by the way.
Yeah, you missed that. But, like... Let's say you are someone that has an anxiety disorder or sensory processing disorder, whether it's PTSD, our veterans, many people who have PTSD, autism, anything, Asperger's, whatever you have, we made our equipment so it can go into any lifestyle. So you can be in a luxurious mansion like that because you've seen my product line, what it looks like. It can be there or it can be at Joe Schmo's house down the block at a trailer, wherever it is. But we're going to make it affordable, but we're going to make it luxurious and trendy. And that's where that stigma lies is, you know, they created sensory equipment and equipment in general so it's ugly and tacky. You know, I want my wheelchair to have spinners on it. I want it to be cool. And that's where things need to change. You know, especially with kids. Like, we can't have our kids go and feel ashamed of needing these therapy
Yes.
devices. So that's when I started that. And when I started my nonprofit and I started growing it, you know, I got recognition on radio and television, and I do weekly segments on Univision and all these different things.
That's huge.
And then I got offered a radio show. So I was like, oh, yeah, with the Choice Radio
Wow.
Network and all that good stuff. And, you know, people expect a nonprofit president to be this way. You know, they got to be square and wear suits and, you know, we're super professional. And then here I am, you know, blue hair, you know, standing up for kids' rights, redesigning funky clothes, you know, and I stepped out of that box. So I've never been the stereotypical president. And then I started my own show. Shout out to me on that one. I
Yes.
was like, you know what? Ain't nobody gonna change me. Ain't nobody gonna put me in that nonprofit president stigma. Like everybody gotta be boring and hustling for money. I don't hustle for nothing. I'll sell my artwork and buy what I gotta buy for my kids myself. So if you look me up on GuideStar, feel free to look me up on GuideStar. I fund my nonprofit myself.
Wow.
I've turned down tens of thousands, even $1 million last year of money offered to me to buy me out, and I did not sell out because I believe in what I'm doing. You know, and if I sold out to a big corporate, I won't even shout them out because I know I'll get in trouble. But
Yeah.
there's corporations out there.
I won't even want you to
nonprofits,
shout them out right now.
Yeah, that they just hustle money and they spend their money on their CEOs and advertising and big galas. We ain't doing all that. Instead of spending that money on a gala and paying yourself $12 million, how about we give it to the kids? You know, and that's where society has changed. So you can look me up. There's been articles written about me because I do stand up for what's right. I'm not here for money. I don't need money. What's up?
Well, you getting blessed, by the way.
Yes, it's the
Veronica,
good
real
Lord,
quick.
boy.
I want to release that you handle all this without medication. This
Without
is all
medication.
natural.
This is now, if you need medication, if you're insulin dependent or you have something like that where you need medication to live and to maintain, absolutely. But when it comes to children, especially children who have ADHD, autism, whatever it is like that, neurological disorders, other than seizures, because seizures clearly you need medications for.
Right.
There's other ways to treat these things, whether it's through diet, therapy, art therapy, sensory devices, holistic remedies, and that's what I did with my kid. I refused to put my kid on medication because his brain's still developing.
That's
You know, if I
huge.
bombard my 2-year-old child, 3-year-old child, like we were discussing on break, if I bombard you with all these medications, I've seen what they've done. My stepson was affected by the medications he was put on at the age of 3, and at 13 diagnosed with schizophrenia. So picture me seeing that. It helped with my son,
Yes,
you know?
absolutely. Let's do it.
Oh, we gonna do it? Oh,
Let's do
I'm
it.
already pregnant, so what are we gonna do? We're going for twins on the break.
We got guests here tonight.
It's the sit down the next hour, baby.
Josh,
What?
And more one.
Stop it.
We need some longer.
Woo!
This is my jam.
Yeah.